Tropical Storm Ida has been continuing to organize over the past couple of hours and is moving ever so closer to the Cuban coast at 20.8 degrees north and 81.9 degrees west. It is expected to intensify further upon its first landfall in Cuba. Currently at 12 p.m. in Havana and 12 p.m. in the Cayman Islands, we have winds of 65 miles an hour and a central pressure of 996 millibars. It is moving to the northwest at 15 miles per hour, and there's a CAPS stage 6 currently in effect. It has been continuing to drop the pressure, and it's also been slowing down lately. We are looking at Louisiana for a significant landfall. The storm is generally large and thus can cause a widespread amount of rainfall, with around 400 millimeters of rain expected there. The other threat would be the significant winds that may arrive there on Sunday night, and thus a stage 6 means that devastating damage is possible, so keep an eye on this storm if you live in the Louisiana area especially. Moving on to the wind fields again at 20.8 degrees north and 81.9 degrees west. Storm force winds are reaching the southern Cuban coast, including Isla de la Juventud. Moving on to the distances and warnings, a hurricane warning is in effect for Cuba along Pina del Rio, Artemisa, and Isla de la Juventud. And there are distances 800 miles from New Orleans as a comparison as it is inside the cone, and 163 miles from Havana, the capital of Cuba. The spread is all over the place. NOAA and SCC are somewhat separated, with 40 miles an hour recorded by SCC and 50 by NOAA, although NHC, Recon, and Force 13 all have it at 65 miles an hour in agreement. And there's the cone from the NHC in agreement, with many of the models moving into the Gulf of Mexico and rapidly intensifying into what they expect a major hurricane to then make landfall in Louisiana, but they also think that it could slow down the Gulf, so we'll have to watch out for that and see what it can cause later on. The sea surface temperatures are shown with the Gulf of Mexico boiling with 30 degrees Celsius and a lot warmer along the Gulf Coast, including Louisiana and Texas, but also where it's currently situated looks to be warm enough for more strengthening anticipated, and thus could also be a Category 1 before it even makes landfall in Cuba. And here the wind swath predicting tropical storm force winds to be felt along the whole Louisiana and Mississippi coast, in smaller amounts along the coast of Alabama. And rain, as mentioned before, around 400 millimeters of rain is expected to land there and can cause floodings along with the storm surge that the system will bring. The ramp comparison is showing many models thinking it could rapidly intensify, peaking at a Category 3, which is what we're going to go with too, as it just seems favorable enough that this would strengthen to set intensity. Shear will drop also in the Gulf of Mexico, in which it looks unlikely that it wouldn't rapidly intensify. And relative humidity isn't going to play that big of a role here. More the environmental shear and sea surface temperatures is what would be the important aspect right now. Here again, the satellite imagery, a new ongoing convective burst that covered the storm center a few hours ago, but something to note is that the storm is still very northeast sided and still have convection lacking to the southwest due to the shear it's currently experiencing, but it will likely become more organized as it continues to strengthen.